So for this one, Corollary 2, it goes back up to the 90-degree idea. So your arc BC is intercepted by the angle BAC. Okay, here are the endpoints. So that's 180 divided by 2 gives me 90, which is my angle. So right here, if I want to know what angle A is, that's going to be 90, because I'm intercepting at the end of a diameter. Okay, here is 90. Okay, here, 90. Again, so I set 13x minus 1 equal to 90. And if I divide by 13, we get x is 7. Okay, it also asks what is the measure of angle x. Well, if you plug 7 back in, that's 90. Oops, sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see it. Alright, so I just set this part equal to 90, solved, and I can plug 7 back in, or you should know that's 90 degrees. The corollary 3 that we're getting ready to do has to go back to this. So the opposite angles are 90 or add up to 180. Okay, so for this one, angle angle A. So if I look, angle A has arc B, C, D, this whole arc. So I would add 190 and get 190. And to get angle A, I divide that by 2. So that would be 95. Now, for angle B, here's ABC. So I would have A to C, so 64 plus 90 is 154. And then again, I would divide that by 2 to get the angle measure, and that would give me 77. For angle C, okay, if I look at this angle C, I'm going from here to here. So I could add up 64 and 106 and divide by 2. But you also learn that if angle A is 95, then the opposite angle has to add up to 180. So 95 plus angle C is 180. That means that angle C is 85. Okay, if angle B is 77, 180 minus 77 gives me angle D, which is 103. Okay, in part B, I would just do 180 minus the 120 to get 60. In letter C, I would say this angle plus 136 is 180 degrees. And so if I solve the two-step equation, I get 17.3. Alright, example 3, this is using all the information you've learned so far in different aspects, like different problems use different information. So for the first one here, if I want to know arc CB, I would add up all my arcs, subtract that from 360, and I get 128 degrees. Okay, then it says find the measure of angle ABD. Okay, so that's this arc here, 48. I'm taking half of 48 to get this angle, which is 24. Then for BAC, we found this arc to be 128, and to get the angle, I would half that, so that would be 64. Okay, in part B, we know that the central angle is 140 degrees. Okay, find the value of x. So I kind of got to work backwards here. So I need to figure out what's arc AC. Well, it is 140 because the central arc the central angle and their arc are congruent. Now, if I want the inscribed angle where x is at, I take half of the 140. And that gives me 70. In part C, this is the inscribed angle right here. And so to get the arc, I would multiply this by 2. Okay, and that gives me 92 degrees. Now, the big idea is I want this x value. So I would take 360 minus 92, and this gives me 268. And that 268 degrees represents from here all the way around to here. And these are going to be congruent, this side and this side, because their chords are congruent. So I take the 268 and I divide it by 2. Then they're going to be the same amount, which is 134. Okay, in part D, kind of the same idea up here. If this central angle is 142, then the arc is 142. And to get x, I would say x minus 10 equals half of 142. So x minus 10 equals 71. And if I add 10, we get 81 degrees. Or sorry, nope, just 81.